When we're performing billing against projects in Alert Stratus, the entire billing cycle begins at the billing triggers on each one of our projects. So creating billing triggers on our projects is how the system knows how and when we're going to be performing our billing for each one of the projects. So for this energy system project, for example, I can see that I have 3 different billing triggers set. So you can have any quantity of billing triggers across multiple projects. All we're going to do is run periodic billing batches against our projects, and the system will know exactly how much and when to perform billing for each one of our projects. So the first step is to go to our order batches entity, and we're going to run a new billing batch for our project. So I'll select new here in the ribbon bar. I'll start by giving our batch a name. The batch number field is going to be grayed out because the system is going to create that number for us. I can choose to add a description for the batch if I wish. Then we have our batch types. So you can do 3 different types of billing inside of Alert Stratus. You can bill for your projects, your cases, and your contracts. So in this example, we're going to be billing for our projects. Now, if we're going to be doing the invoicing out of Alert Stratus instead of out of our ERP system or our financial system, I can choose to add an order date here as well as a printed date that we'd like to print on our invoice. If I were to leave this order date field blank, the system's going to create the order date as the same date that I post this order batch on. So I'm going to leave this blank, and I'm going to leave these fields here blank. We have our cutoff date, so I'll write my cutoff date as being today. This is the last date that the billing batch is going to be run up until. And now for our projects, we have 2 different options. So you can break on project, you can break on your purchase order, and you can break on contract. So this one's only going to be relevant when we're running a contract billing batch. But what break on project is asking us is, if we have multiple projects for the same account, do we want to create one invoice for all of those projects, or do I want to create one separate invoice for each one of those particular projects? Then same with our purchase order. If we have multiple projects all sharing the same purchase order, I might choose to break that up into multiple invoices or keep it on one. So the next step is going to be to save my batch. And now over here I can see that my processing status is currently sitting as unprocessed. So if I want to filter my projects and only bill for a couple of projects instead of billing for all of my projects, I can go to my filter projects entity here, add existing project, and I can choose whatever projects here I'd like to filter in this batch. But in this case, I'm going to leave that blank because I'd like to do billing for all of my projects in the system. So now that we've created the batch, we've saved the batch, and we've added any filters that we wish to, the next step is going to be to click this button here in the ribbon bar to prepare the order batch. So this will take some time, and we'll see over here it's going to show us the status of the batch. What the system is doing right now is taking a look at every one of those billing triggers that we've set for every one of our projects, and it'll tell us exactly how much is ready to be billed for each one of the individual projects in the system. So now looking at the status, I can see that the batch is complete. It hasn't been posted, but all the system has done is created every one of the invoices for us to review. So from my batch, I'm going to click on this orders entity here, and I can see that my system has picked up 2 separate invoices for 2 different projects. So I can click into each one of these orders if I wish. So what I'm looking at here is a CRM order. So if you're already familiar with how CRM orders work, I can choose to drill into each one of the individual products on the order. I can add manual discounts and so on from here to adjust my invoices if I wish. But in this example, we'll assume that we've reviewed each one of our orders and we're happy with them, and we'd like to go ahead and post them. Now if I had any items on here that I'm not ready to bill yet, I can choose just to delete that order, and the system will pick up that invoice again the next time we run a similar billing batch. So in this example, we've reviewed the 2 orders, we're happy with them, we're ready to post them. I'll go back to my order batch, and if I need to reset the batch and do the process again, I can select Reset Batch, but in our example, we're happy with what we're about to post. The last step in the process is going to be to post the order batch. So we can review the status over here just like we did before as well. And now the system is going to take every one of those orders, it's going to lock them down in the system so that we can't make any revisions unless we do a formal adjustment to it. And once it's posted, that'll be the end of the line in Alert Stratus. And from here, if we have this connected with a back-end financial system or ERP system, we can then choose to push these items over into our financial system if we wish. So if I go back to every one of my projects and I look at those billing triggers, I'll be able to see that each one of those triggers has been posted, so I can always see exactly what has been invoiced.